Another huge customer pick, nearly 5 stars, 2014. This is the certified perfect Annex first day of issue, silver Kennedy half dollar, $99 today, $33 to get it home.
Yeah, and here's the thing, I've not aired this for quite some time. In 2014, the United States government does something special. It is the 50th anniversary of the Kennedy half dollar. The 50th anniversary of the Kennedy half dollar. To commemorate that, they make a special silver Kennedy half dollar set that includes 4 coins, okay? This is the SP70. One of the coins they made in solid silver was an SP or special finish. It is a matte finish Kennedy half dollar that you see right here. Only 975 in the first day of issue, limited edition. In the first day of issue, limited edition that you're going to have. And I've got this. It is a huge customer pick. I have held the price on this at $99.95. Still comes in the red oak presentation box. I have got the remainder, okay, I have got the remainder of the first day of issue that I kind of put away. Look, this was the 50th anniversary of the Kennedy half dollar. The thing that makes this interesting is they only did about 245,000 of these sets. And this coin only came in the special set. This is the rarest Denver minted Kennedy half dollar ever made by the United States government. Ever made by the United States government. I have got it in absolutely perfect SP70 first day of issue from 2000. Of course, they completely, totally, and utterly sold out in 2014. In 2014. So that is something, of course, that is special, that I still have it in first day of issue. The fact that there are fewer than 1,000 of these coins done in the first day of issue that you're going to see right there. And then with the red oak presentation case that you see there at only $99.95. Now, the one thing I can promise you I have never done is the 3 flex that we have at $33 to be able to get the rarest Denver mint. Now, if you take a look at the Kennedy half dollars, the 1970D was always the key before this, which is just uncertified and ungraded is about a $50 coin. In high grade, it is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Once again, just a beautiful coin. I want to flip this over. You can see the SP finish, the matte finish that goes on this coin. I think is really what makes this coin. Oh, look at it. That's the great shot right there. It is certified absolutely perfect. It is first day of issue. It is solid silver. It is the rarest silver Kennedy half dollar, also made by the United States government as well. So tremendous deal for you.
Well, definitely take advantage of that $33. Now, we wanted to give you a quick reminder of very, very popular here today, the 2016 silver bullion. This is the Shawnee National Forest quarter. Now,